Yeah, I just remember, I just don't remember liking you very much. I'm sure you felt, I don't know. I'm curious because I don't think we actually talked about that. But I always love telling people that you were my ex-husband's best friend and I stole you from him.
I like that you say it.
Stole you from him. And how I remembered you, old you, when I first met you were very religious. And we had, I don't think, anything in common. Or at least that I knew that we, at that time, I didn't feel like I had anything in common with you. And I feel like you were judgy of me for things.
I'm not judging you.
Yeah, I just remember, I just don't remember liking you very much.
Thanks, friend.
Friend? Did you just say friend?
What did I...
I'm sure you felt, I don't know. I'm curious because I don't think we actually talked about that. But I just don't know. I just feel like I remember you as being around in my life because I was with and I was trying to remember. I feel like you contacted me. I don't know why. I have a very strong memory of being on the phone, hearing you tell me that you had an epiphany, that you're an atheist now, if you left the church.
My life has been a lie! God is dead, the government's lame, Thanksgiving is about killing Indians, Jesus wasn't born on Christmas, they moved it...
And that you would apologize for, things you said, behavior, things while I was with my ex, and it was through that conversation, that was the biggest thing I remember from it. From there, you lived in Chicago, you lived in Atlanta, and I know that we had kind of large gaps between when we would speak, but again, my memory of when we would have those conversations early on was that we had very long conversations that we talked about so much. I remember early on when I was starting to, I think even before I was practicing polyamory with my next relationship, that we had started to talk about that then. Yeah. And I had been thinking about exploring polyamory for a long time, and I feel like that was one of those things that I was like, wow, there's someone I can talk to about this, because I don't think I knew anyone else at that time talking about that. I remember you asking me stuff about becoming vegan because you were trying to, shift your diet.
That's around the time.
Yeah. And so all of that, then it was just so funny to me that we went from, I felt like having nothing in common except for my ex, to suddenly, oh my gosh, we have so much in common, but now we're not living anywhere near each other.
Yeah.
But fortunately, I take pride in trying to keep relationships going, friendships going.
Me too.
Even when I'm physically apart from them. In the pandemic was when we got closer, because that's when I got an Xbox. And that's when we started playing Apex a lot more. And so, of course, we're talking more. There's nothing in here. I've got a Mozambique. That's all I've got. Oh, okay.
Shit, they're coming.
We're in touch more often. And also, I guess it helped you already moved back to Riverside. Because I was in the beginning, I was in LA still. I was in Echo Park still at the beginning of the pandemic. And then I remember just talking to you frequently more often because of that. And I was struggling, as you know, in Pittsburgh with my different jobs. And then that's when you suggested that I apply to the same position in your company. And then that helped expedite me moving, right? I think I would have moved anyway to LA. It probably just would have taken a lot longer. And then I just felt like, my idea of family and living with my friends, that's always been something that's I wanted to do, because I love, even though I'm an introvert and I need my space a lot of times, I get energized from being with my really good friends. Also there was the added effect of I'm also, I don't want to be completely alone with taking care of my mom. It would just be nice to have a built-in support system of someone to talk to, be around, as I shift into this role of being a caregiver, that is kind of unknown territory for me. And I feel like that's kind of from there to here. I don't know. That seems like a very condensed version of it, but that's
it. That's the origin story. Okay. And cut.
I do remember you staying with us at the Langham.
Yeah, that's where we can say there's the real like origin.